Morning students, I hope you all are fine. Today we are starting exercise 5.2. Instead we did it in last class, so today we are doing question number 2 from exercise 5.2. And see the part 1 of this question, we are going to do midterm breaking. Right, so what is midterm breaking? Basically you can see that we have 3 terms, so this one is the midterm. So in midterm breaking, we break our midterm in 2 parts. Like, so we will write this term as 2 parts, and on adding or subtracting those 2 parts, you should get the same term again. Right, this is the first thing that you will check in midterm breaking. When you do midterm breaking, we will break midterm. Let's say I have a midterm that is xy, or let's say 3xy. I will break it in 2 terms. Let's say I break it in xy and 2xy. So you can see that on adding these 2, I will get 3xy again. Or if I write 4xy minus xy, then I will get 3xy again. So this is the first thing that we checked in midterm breaking. Secondly, on multiplying these 2 terms, whatever you get, like let's say in this case we get 48x square if I multiply first term with the last term. Now whatever terms I break write instead of 14x, on multiplying those 2 new terms you should also get 48x square. So let's start doing the question, and there is a trick to find the exact midterms. So we will use that trick to find the midterms of 14x. All you have to do is you will take the number, the third or last term, and the just constant number with the first term. Like in this case it's x square, so the number here is just 1. We're gonna multiply this 1 and 48. So we get 48. I will write 1 here. Okay, and then we will check that if we get this midterm by adding or subtracting these 2 numbers. So it's clearly we don't get 14 by adding or subtracting these 2. Now in the next step, I will divide this number by smallest number that can divide it. Like let's say 2 can divide it, so firstly I will divide it by 2. So it will become 48 divided by 2 will be 2 2s are 4 and 2 4s are 8. Right, and the number, like I have divided it by 2, I will have to multiply the second number by the same number. Like I divided 48 by 2, I will have to multiply this one by 2. If I divide it by 3, then I will have to multiply 1 by 3. But in this case, as I divided by 2, so I am multiplying it by 2 as well. So here I will get 1 into 2 will be 2. Again 42 plus 2 we won't get 14. 42 24 minus 2 we don't get 14. So we will solve it further. I am again dividing it by 2 and multiplying. Now I will have to multiply this number by 2 as well. 24 over 2 will be 12. 2 2s are 4. Again 12 plus 4 we don't get 14. 12 minus 4 we don't get 14. Again I will divide it by, as it can be divided by 2, so I will divide it by 2 and multiply it by 2. 2 12s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. Now 6 plus 8 gives 14, right? And if I multiply these 2, I will get 48, because we also have to check that we get the same answer that we get by multiplying first term and the last term. So 6 8s are 48. It means we got the right midterms. So now I will write here first term as it is x square plus 14x can be written as 6x plus 8x. Now if you add 6x and 8x you get 14x again, plus third term as it is. Now you can see that we can take x common from these 2 terms. If I take x common, here x will be left, right, and here in second term we will be left with plus 6 only. Now we can take 8 common from these two terms, and if I take 8 common, we get x plus 6, right? Now you can see that we can take x plus 6 common from these two terms, so we can take x plus 6 common and we will be left with x plus 8. So that's all. We have solved this question. Now moving to question number 3, part 1, which is 4x square plus 12x plus 5. Again we will do midterm breaking here. So we will make two terms for 12x, which on adding gives the same number again. So again we will use the same trick. We will multiply the last term and the number with the first term, only number, not variable. So here we have 4, 5. 4 5s are 20, and here second number you will always write 1. Now we will divide it by the smallest number, like it can be divided by 2. So I am gonna divide it by 2, and again we will multiply the second number by the same number from which we are dividing the first number. So we will get 10, 2 20s, 2 10s are 20. So here we will get 10, 1 2s are 2, 10 2. Now let's see, if we add 10 and 2 we get 12x, right? And second thing, we also have to check that we get the same number which we get on multiplying these two, like 4 5s are 20, so 10 2s are also 20. It means we got the right terms. So write first term as it is, 4x square, and in place of 12x we can write 10x plus 2x plus last term as it is. Now we will see what we can take common from first two terms, and then we will take what we can take common from these two terms. Like from first two terms we can take 2x common. If I take 2x common, here we will be left with 2x plus 5. We already have 2x plus 5 here, so we will just take 1 common so that these terms remain as it is, 2x plus 5. Now you can see that we can take 2x plus 5 common from these two. Let's take them common. So we get 2x plus 5 common, and here 2x is left, right? And here plus 1 is left. So that's all. Now moving to question number 3 of exercise 5.2, and I'm doing 8th part of it. That you can see here, I've already written. Now I'm going to write it as a whole square. So the first number is already written as a square, so I'm going to write it as it is. Plus 4 into 5x minus 1 over x. Plus 4 can be written as 2 square. Now let's check according to the formula what midterm should be here, so that it can be written as a whole square. And we know that according to formula we have the midterm as 2ab, right? And in this case a is 5x minus 1 over x, right? And b is 2. So this is a midterm that we should have here in order to write it as a whole square, right? So you can see that we actually already have it here.